Hi, Jackie Phoenix here. Another day of bombshells, eh? This video is a message for Donald Trump and the American people regarding the Epstein files. I am currently building a roadmap because global espionage, let's put this into perspective. This is global. And it's not right versus left. It's not Republican versus Democrat. This is good versus evil. This is about protecting women and children. This is about a cost of living crisis. This is about a world at war. So like I said, it's time to put everything aside. We have to come together as moral individuals to do the right thing. Because while this might be a global sex trafficking ring, and let's make one thing clear. I know some people in the files were trying to take Jeffrey Epstein down. Spot on. I know others in the files were only mentioned in news articles. Fine. But the ones in close contact with him, I guarantee you, are implicated in at least submitting to blackmail. Which means they had to have at least one shady encounter. Trump says, and his team and the victims say that he is exonerated. And that's fine. I can accept that. Because I am smart enough to know that in order for an undercover cop to take down a coke dealer, he has to snort that line of cocaine to set up the purchase so he can bust that bad guy. Do I believe there's incriminating evidence on Trump in there? Well, let's just say this. He flat out said he infiltrated their world so he could understand how they operate in order to take them down. Now, was he doing that for you or himself? That's the question. Is he using the information in those files to change things on the global stage? Possibly. Because I can confirm that they were poisoning your food and your water. And he removed that. I can also confirm that this net zero agenda is a fucking hoax. The earth has been just fine for millions of years. It doesn't need human intervention now. That's just a scam to steal your money, so they can continue with their perversions and profit from it while they experiment on human beings in the general population, i.e., poisoning your food, trying to transgender your children, putting sexualized content in learning material for children. Sorry to rant. I'm not yelling, honestly. But when it comes to protecting kids, that's a line in the sand. And you don't even have a clue how much Jeffrey Epstein is impacting your daily life right now. The highest tax burden since World War II. Of course it is. Because I've been trying to take down Jeffrey Epstein's boss for 10 years. My predecessor did it for 20, and his predecessor was on it for goodness knows how long. And I know her father, the high court judge, was working on it before that. Like I said, the stock market. Every single company on earth has been manipulated. BlackRock and Vanguard ring a bell. They use their philanthropy as a mask. Oh, I'm not a pedophile. Look how good I am. I give millions to charity. Meanwhile, they sit on the boards of those charities so they can make money off of it as a personal profit, and they can use those charities to launder the money from their child sex trafficking, their sex trafficking ring. Yes, child sex trafficking ring, but they don't really care. These people are sick. Well, I guess they do have a limit. Whoopi Goldberg wasn't good enough. Just saying. Don't know why they took in Hillary, but hey. Maybe that's because Bill was such a good customer, eh, Hillary? And to be fair to Whoopi Goldberg, she probably was just trying to revive her failed acting career. But President Trump, things are going south for you real fast because of this Epstein thing. And to be fair, you have implemented a lot of good things that need to come out. But at the same time, they're puppeteering you to march you straight into their plan. So if you do seriously want to drain the swamp, I am building a roadmap. I am going to connect some dots for yes. And I'm going to tie it to documents. Actual documents. I have boxes of them printed off. And each and every one of them brings this sick plan that the world knows as United Nations Agendas 21, 30, and 50 into your daily lives. And let's be clear, Jeffrey Epstein was a flippin' idiot. It was his boss, Jacob Rothschild, who was calling the shots. Jeffrey and the other minions Because believe you me, he's not the only one. Jeffrey and Ghislaine was a corporate merger, shall we say, of the financial and trafficking aspect, along with the warmongering / spy operation. And I can prove all that too. And I will when I give you your roadmap. It's taken a little while. Days, in fact. Longer than expected. But it is a 2-man job. Well, in this case, 2 women. Right, Rose? She's been helping me research. But I'm the one that's got to put it all together for you. So, she's my little research assistant. God love her. Anyway, back to my message to Trump and the Americans. Trump, if you are going to drain the swamp and take down these child traffickers, then you got to do what you got to do. If you really were helping them to try to catch Epstein, then what do you got to lose for being an undercover agent? Drop the files. Let the chips fall where they may, so the people can pick them back up. Because you can't change the policy. You can only make them U-turn. And believe you me, there's a lot of U-turns going on around the world, but that's not enough. It's the documents that I have that need to be dealt with. And only the British people can do that. So I think everybody just needs to calm down a little bit here. Because once they see the roadmap, they're going to understand not only the trafficking ring, they're going to understand the economy and why things are so bad. And they're also going to understand what is happening on the global stage. So to the Americans out there, just take a deep breath. Donald Trump, you need to get rid of your staff that's on the Epstein list. Drop them like a sack of potatoes and get good, solid, moral people in there. Because they're only bringing down the ship. And Europe is doubling down. So is Starmer. So is Carney. And Mark Carney is on the list. I see you. So is Stephen Harper. I can pretty much guarantee you Justin Trudeau will be on there. Fruitcake. What an embarrassment. I don't know how he ever got elected. Hopefully I will have this roadmap put out in a few days. But there are certain things that needs to happen on the world stage. And that I do support. So I think we need to just stop getting too worked up about this and just stay focused on the goal. My last thing. Quickly. Canadians out there, get your butts to work and start exposing the Canadian connections and the Epstein files. You got work to do. Stop worrying about communist Carney, because he's in there. Expose that, why don't you? Instead of his stupid decisions. But the last thing I want to say is to Virginia's family. Saint Virginia. There's not enough words of thank you for that woman. But I will say this. Her decision to go after Andrew, that decision might not just end this. It might save the world. So name them and shame them. Donald Trump, if you don't want to lose your MAGA base, you're going to have to drop those files. And let the chips fall where they may. Because there's people out there that need food in the fridge. There's people out there that need the potholes filled. There's people out there that need jobs. And they don't want their taxes going to a pedophile operation. And the sickening part is that they all think they're above the law. Well, they're not. You can't hide behind your money because we see your ivory towers. And what the victims meant by follow the money wasn't follow it to where Jeffrey Epstein got it. No. The victims mean follow the money he was making after he started the trafficking operation. This is investigation 101. I'm not even a cop and I know that. So, let's put on our big boy pants and our big girl panties and fix this problem. Every country is implicated. Every country. Global espionage is espionage. There was spying going on in every country. Like, bigger than Watergate? Fuck me. This volcano is bigger than Pompeii. Phoenix out.